This is Tim Rogers with the Dodgers 2080 Experience, the podcast where we talk about the Dodgers prospects. And today we have Jake Pilarski, who is a recent signing with the Dodgers, and he's got quite an interesting story. And so, Jake, welcome to the little broadcast we do here, and appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, so we read a few months ago on Twitter, Tread Athletic, it gets retweeted by Tread Athletics and a few others that you had signed, you're the record holder at Tread Athletics for velocity, which for some of us velocity junkies, it's kind of like, yeah, all right. And for me, it's just a jealousy thing because I never threw hard. But I was left-handed, so I got to play high school ball just because of that. But to see that and to go, okay, and then I go and see you in spring training, and I head out to spring training. I was there 3 weeks ago now, I guess, and I was talking with a couple catchers, Ryan January and Dalton Rushing, and Dalton with his newly sheared locks. They go, yeah, you got to check out this Pilarski guy. I'm like, oh, okay, oh, and then they reminded me about him, and so now it's like, okay, here's an interesting story. So Jake, have at it, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your path that got you ended up at signing with the Dodgers.
Yeah, man. So I'm from Pittsburgh, PA. I went to high school like 10 minutes north of the city. Went to a high school called Fox Chapel. Great time. I love being in Pittsburgh. It was a great area to grow up in. Pirates, Steelers, Penguins fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So just, played high school varsity baseball, was a pitcher and an outfielder. My career path took me down to a small D3 college in Virginia Beach called Virginia Wesleyan University. While I was there, I was a right-handed starter, and then I did a little bit of DH work with them too. Played there for about 3 full seasons, and then in COVID 2020, my senior year got cut short. After that, I made the decision to transfer. So I transferred to the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina. It's a mid-major D1 in the SoCon. Got to play there as a grad student. Had a great time there. Enjoyed the area. The school was awesome, and then got to kind of experience that D1. A little bit more of, a little more structure and a little bit more of like they can kind of like guide you that way.
Right.
After that, no luck with the draft or getting signed. So I the same year I took my career to independent baseball. So the same year in 2021, I played for the Lake Erie Crushers in the Frontier League. Finished out the year with them as a starting pitcher still. And then in the off season, like a week into the off season, I got traded to the Washington Wild Things, which is another independent baseball team in the Frontier League. So I broke camp with them. The manager decided that it'd be more beneficial to the team that if I was a reliever instead. So I got moved into the reliever role. Played the whole year there as a reliever. It was kind of the first time that I was a full-fledged reliever and didn't do just like a spot relieving spot here and there. So learned a lot being a reliever. It was definitely a different environment than being a starter. And then once that season ended, I really didn't know like where I wanted to go next with my path and to like try to get me to the next level to get me into affiliate ball.
Right.
So I reached out to Tread Athletics and probably in early September, and I got it with them and got coordinated with them and got a good probably like 3.5, 4 months of training in with them, and then they really liked what they saw, and they have really good connections all through the MLB, and they just got my name out there for me, and I think the numbers kind of showed that I could do what an affiliate would be interested in, and next thing you know, I get a call from the Dodgers, and they bought my contract out, and now I'm here.
That's so awesome. Hey, where is Tread Athletics based out of? Where did you work out in?
They have a complex in Charlotte, North Carolina, is their home base.
Okay. And then and I read on your Citadel page, did you actually get your degree?
Yeah, so I finished my degree at Wesleyan. So I got my
Okay.
undergrad And then at the Citadel, they did one of the cool things that kind of like drew me to go there too was they offered 1 year graduate programs.
Oh, nice.
So I took like a 1 year graduate program so that I kind of like got my sister likes to make fun of me and she calls it half a degree because it's not like a full master's, it's just like a grad certificate. So she calls it half a degree, but I was able to get a 1 year grad certificate in my field and kind of help my education that way.
I mean, that's cool though. I mean, I got a friend of mine's son's doing that. He was at Stanford playing football. Now he's going to go to some school down here in San Diego to getting his master's degree. And he's going to play soccer. So it's, the COVID
Not
stuff really jacked up all the eligibility and all that type of stuff. But yeah. So, um, some of the things I've read, it says, when you first checked in to tread, it was you were at 97 and then you exited at what 101 plus with the
yeah.
velocity.
So when I got there, I was probably consistently like a 96, 97 guy. I know I was up to 99 in season a couple times.
Hmm.
But very consistently 96, 97. And then I got the tread. My first bullpen with them, I think I sat 98 and topped. I think I hit 100 when I was down there.
Okay.
But yeah, they basically just helped me kind of control that velo a little bit.
Yeah.
I've always kind of been a little bit of an erratic pitcher. Like always had the arm, but always didn't really know where it was going.
Mm-hmm.
So they did a really good job of helping me. Like, hey man, you throw really hard. Now let's like get your body in a really good place so that you know where that's going most of the
Awesome.
time.
Yeah. Because I mean, we cover a lot of different prospects, and there's two common things that we see, especially with Dodgers prospects. On the hitter side, there's the higher strikeouts that they're trying to lower, and then on the pitcher side, it's the command control and trying to lower
Mm-hmm.
that. It seems to be, from my expert opinion, that they're looking for that upside that's already there. And I cover the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes a lot. That's where I usually go. And there was one game where 8 batters got hit by the Quakes in one game. So and they're not freaking out about it. They're not, browbeating everybody. It's a process. And so, welcome. The good thing for you is welcome to the Pryor Lab, as we like to call it on Twitter. You've got Mark Pryor at the very top there, but you've got, just amazing pitching coaches. I mean, I know Connor McGinnis a little bit. He was at Rancho at 2019. The next year, he's manager of the world champion, or not manager, but assistant pitching coach for the world champions. And I guess I'm trying to remember. You guys have you got Ramon, right? That your the pitching coaches are. I'm trying to figure out. Well, who are you hanging with now? I'm getting too much into which teams. I don't even know which team you're going to be on yet.
So yeah, so I'll be honest, I'm hanging like everyone. I feel like I've really got a little bit of hands-on work with all of our pitching coaches. It's kind of funny that you asked that because it seems like every like 1 week, like I'll be like with one coach will kind of be like with me for a week, and then all of a sudden like another coach will hop in and I'm with them for a week. It's
Yeah.
really been like at least for me. I don't really know. Like I said, I kind of have like a weird like kind of like part in this because being 24 late signee, like
Right.
I'm getting a little bit of everyone and not really like what you would typically see like, oh, like he was drafted last year, we're going to stick him with the high low A staff
Right.
and like that kind of thing going on. I mean really everyone I've worked with. Worked with Duran,
Okay. Good.
Anderson, Coyne, uh, Bobby. I mean, everyone that's been part of the pitching staff, or at least that I have met, that has been like, hey, we work in the pitching side of the minor league world. All of them in some form have worked with me, talked to me, analytics, all that stuff.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I was going to kind of bring that up. I mean, the Dodgers are known as a very analytical organization. And which is, I think you would agree with that. But it also seems to me that just the vibe that I get out there And to be honest, the way everyone treats me, the kind of the reporter, low guy on the pole, and I've been, the way the atmosphere out there just seems so awesome. Even though you guys are competing against each other, I just saw like a lot of camaraderie, rooting for each other. Just being kind to the fans, being kind to everyone. And it really is top to bottom. But yeah, so that, they'd like to, some people like to say when something goes wrong with the Dodgers, oh, it's the nerds. Well, yeah, okay, there's analytics, but
Yeah.
and for you, so I want to go back a little bit to that process of, harnessing the power. What was there anything, without getting too technical, because I think it would go over a lot of our heads, probably including mine. What were some movements that were causing some inconsistencies?
Movement. I mean, I don't really think movements is a good way to like
Okay.
think about that because I've always been very simple delivery. I've never
Hmm.
had any weird quirks. I switched to full-time stretch about 2 years ago now. Like I've always been very simple, tried not to do anything crazy. The big thing and something that like I kind of knew but never addressed personally that Tread and the strength and conditioning staff here have realized is while I was very strong and very quick, I also lacked a lot of mobility and a lot of stability.
Mm,
So I was very strong. I'm like, man, like you can power down the mound, your arm flies, like you have all the things that you need to throw hard. He
right.
goes, but like your hip stability is terrible, your ankle stability is terrible, your T spine mobility is awful. Like just kind of things that like I never addressed because I was so worried about hey, let's get bigger, let's get stronger, throw harder, and not addressing like hey, like you could still be really strong and be able to move your body well.
Right. Yeah, that
So it's
yeah,
yeah, and it's been that balance that's really
yeah.
helped me kind of like take off at this point.
That's awesome. I mean, I'm I'm sure the Dodgers uh have worked with, or at least talked with the tread people staff and things like that but do the Dodgers have did they bring anything new for you also with the anything to continue the mobility issues and to keep, yeah, they're not only they want you to throw hard, they probably want you to, have a nasty slider or a nasty changeup. Well, changeup's really hard, but what do you? I know you throw hard, and it looked like because if you, I was always taking pictures from the side. It looked like there was a slider in there, or was that a curve?
Yeah, well, it's both.
Okay.
It's starting to transition to mostly slider. So yeah, I have a 4 pitch mix, and I had a 4 pitch mix coming into camp.
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, I got here before camp actually started back in like early February, and I was here for maybe 3 days. And Rob Hill came up to me and was like, "Hey man, I've watched you throw your slider 2 days now. We're gonna make a little bit of adjustments."
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, and the cool thing about it was it wasn't like you like have to do this. Like he didn't come up to me like, "Hey, I want you and you have to do this." It was like a hey, like why don't you try this and let me know how that feels. Like put your fingers here, think about this, and like let me know what you think of that. So that's
Mm.
literally what happened. Him and I think Minto was the other one that was with him that day, and they just kind of showed me this like different slider grip, and they're like, "Yeah, man, like do this, and then just think like rip it hard." Like, all right, threw like 3 of them, and all 3 of them were just filthy, and they were like, "Yeah, dude, that's pretty good. Like, if you can get comfortable with that, we think that's gonna be a really good pitch for you." I'm like, okay. So I just kept
Awesome.
working with the grip, but yeah, now it's been like lights out since camp broke.
Yeah, and the appearances I saw with you, I don't think anyone got on base or anything like that. I saw the last time I saw you, I think you struck out two, or did you strike out the side? I'm trying to remember. But you were dominant, and even from the side, it was noticeable that you're bringing it, and yeah. So that's and yeah. And then I ran into you in oh, Madison and Jeffrey afterwards, and I said, hey, it's like 200 miles an hour at least right there. So
Yeah.
yeah, Madison's cool. I met him last year at Rancho, and he's yeah, and he's another reliever. And so does it still look like you're going to stick in the bullpen right now?
Yeah, I really think the bullpen was my calling. I think
Okay.
being a starter was fun and I enjoyed it. And I think it was more of a necessity thing for college. Like, hey, you are our better arm. Let's get
Right.
6, 7 innings out of you in a game. But I really think at the end of the day, just the way my pitches are, and that the Dodgers or whoever can say, hey, let's go get 15 to 20 max effort pitches out of this guy every other day, or every day, 2 days off and a day again.
Right.
I think that's just going to be for my career and for like getting outs and helping a team win a championship at whatever level. That's just going to be the best way that I can contribute.
Yeah. And that's, some people go, they go, well, there's a starter reliever thing, and they're all valuable. I mean, you've seen the evolution of baseball. It used to be, starters are going out there 8, 9 innings. Now it's what, maybe 5, sometimes even
Yeah,
less.
six.
And they're
Six
going
is like
max.
a good day for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Julio Urias is going to make 30 plus million a year as a 6 inning guy, it seems like. Um, but it used to not be that way. Now it's really different. And you got, starter goes as long as he can. So he'll throw his, 100 pitches and he's out. And then they bring in a reliever that's throwing some nasty stuff, and then another one that's throwing some nasty stuff, or even with a different look. I mean, you get like with the Dodgers, they got a guy like Justin Brule comes in with all that lefty, stuff that's coming in at 90 instead of all the righties coming in at 100 and all that. But yeah, game has changed, but the value is getting outs, and as you're learning, the Dodgers they're all about getting 27 outs as efficiently as possible. But yeah. So so tell us a little bit about what's going on in Arizona in terms of just, what's it like being out there? Who you hanging out with and things like that.
Man, yeah, it's great. I'll be honest, I'm really a big homebody, so
Yeah.
I don't really do much. But I mean, I'm loving being here. It's the first time I've ever been on the West Coast,
Oh, okay.
West-ish area. So I'm enjoying the weather. It was like 10 degrees when I left Pittsburgh to come here. So the mid 50 mornings to like 70 afternoons have just been a blessing to me. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I just kind of, get up early, go work out all day, and then, come back to the hotel, take like an afternoon nap, relax a little bit. Um, like I said, I mean, all the guys have been just awesome about, trying to incorporate me into everything that's going on here. And, like guys like MJ, like, me and MJ
Mhm.
play catch a lot. When I first got here, Emmett Sheehan was a big contact for me, like when I didn't know what the heck was going on, or
Yeah.
I was trying to figure my way around town and stuff. But yeah, man, I'll be honest, I'm a really boring outside of baseball person. I don't do much. I come back to the room, I'll call my parents, we could talk for hours, watch TV, play a video game, maybe walk around Westgate a little bit. But
Yeah.
other than that, I really don't do
Yeah.
that much.
I think on Tuesday night, I think Westgate is it Tuesday night or Wednesday. Westgate has their car show. I ran into that one time last year. Like, oh, it's pretty cool. I think it's Tuesday night. I'm not positive though. I like cars a lot. So
I might have to check that out.
yeah. And then yeah, I mean, because you actually have everything right. I mean, everything's right over. You got plenty of places to eat. You get, I know the hotel you guys are at, and it's really nice. And I've actually stayed there before. My wife and I stayed there a couple years ago, and we go, yeah, this is where the players live, and just going, oh wow, this is a good deal, man. It's not like it ain't Motel 6, folks. Not a 2-star. It's nice. And so you guys, just kind of, curiosities type things. I mean, for food, when you go there at to the clubhouse, do you guys have food there already, or how's that all work out for you guys?
Yeah, so the Dodgers are really good about trying to keep our nutrition like at the top to the best that they can. So every morning, I take the bus to the stadium because I don't have my car here.
Mm.
But so like I get off the bus at the complex, you go to the cafeteria, which is like right when we get dropped off, it's like right there.
Yeah.
They have breakfast for us every morning, so it's usually eggs, some form of breakfast meat, a breakfast potato, fruit, all that stuff. And then they have lunches for us. So, kind of depending on how your day works, like whether you pop in like maybe right before a camp game or when you're done for the day early, you can go grab lunch at like 11. So you go and grab some lunch, and then they give us these to-go dinners. So they're in
Oh,
like
good.
little like microwavable containers. Yeah. So there's like a whole fridge with like, I don't know, probably like 300 meals in there for all I know. And you just go in, grab one or two, whatever you want, take them back, and I throw them in a microwave here, cook them up. Sometimes if not, I just walk over to Westgate and go grab something over there real quick. But most of the time, I try to stick with what they give us because they do. I mean, they spend a lot of money, and
Yeah.
I know the people that work in the kitchen for us, like they really try to work hard to give us good meals. So I, want to respect that and eat the food that they make for us and stuff. And they honestly, they all have been really good.
That's
There
good to
hasn't
hear.
been many meals. Yeah, there haven't been many meals that I brought back that I like just couldn't stomach through.
Right.
Um, but everything, yeah, it's all been really, really good. So I just keep rolling with what they keep giving me.
Yeah, I know that for a while, and it's pretty darn recent where, plenty of minor leaguers you hear about, not getting proper nutrition. It's like, wait, you're investing all this energy and money and everything in these players. Nutrition, number one. It's like, do you want them eating, a diet like, because I've had weight issues in the past. I still a little bit. I still battle, but you can eat a lot of junk food and it tears you down. Or just your diet does matter. I mean, put some good stuff in you. But have you had a chance to? Do you have any favorite restaurants that you've gone out, and said, "Hey, this is pretty cool"? Or
Let's see. Since I've been here, I'm trying to think what's over at Westgate. I feel like I've been to every place over there, and I don't know. I can't really like put my thumb on. Oh, I do. You know what I do like and this is gonna be terrible because this is not great for my diet, but we're gonna do it anyways.
yeah,
The fired pie that's in the Tankard outlets,
really?
the little pizza place.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Whoa, there
the
he is.
little. Sorry about that.
That's all
Yeah, the
right.
little it's like a little like Subway pizza place. So they like they roll your dough out and you like put whatever sauce you want, whatever cheese, whatever
Mm,
toppings, cook it in the oven. I thought that place is awesome.
okay.
I've eaten there probably too many times than I should have, but um it's yeah, that place is good. And it really, I mean, everything that I've had over in like the actual Westgate area has been great. I think that Funk House Brewery that's over there.
Yeah, pretty
I
decent.
went there one night for dinner. It was pretty good for like a brewery type like food place.
Right.
Yard House was always a good go to. Carousel
Mhm.
was fun because they have all those little games and stuff in there. Salt was good for Mexican food. I mean, I don't know if I could really pick one. They've all been really
Oh, is that
like
the
fantastic.
Mexican food one that's kind of off to the side? Like,
Yeah, it's
yeah, I've been
like
there.
yeah, when you like go like in the front where they have all those big TVs and stuff.
Yeah,
It's like right to the left when you go in the front there. And that was pretty good. And
yeah.
actually, I lucked out the day that I went. I went on a Tuesday, and it was like a Taco Tuesday. So
Nice.
I just ate a bunch of tacos for like $1.50 a piece. It was
Oh,
awesome.
jeez, that is awesome. Yeah, one of the reasons I asked
Yeah,
that question because I like to take notes and go, okay, when I go back, where I go next, I
yeah,
love I wish I didn't like going out so much, but I really do. And especially when one of the when I because I live in down here in Escondido, San Diego area. It's and one of the challenges I always do is like when I go even to Arizona, I don't want to eat any place that I can eat in Escondido or San Diego. So it's kind of the
yeah. I'm the
challenge.
same
Like,
way.
yeah, it's like, okay, I gotta, you know, uh, live it up a little bit. But yeah, it's a little different, more difficult when you don't have a car. That's for sure. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I luck every now and then. Every now and then, I'll catch one of the guys like
yeah,
leaving, or they'll be like, "Hey, we're gonna go somewhere to eat. Do you want to come with?" That has a car, and I usually try to take advantage of that as much as I can. But like crap, what's the burger place down here that InNOut Burger?
Yeah.
I've never had that before, so that was fun.
Okay.
Um,
What's the judgment? So this is a
I
real
like it.
okay. All right. You're in.
It, it's interesting. So to me, it was really interesting to go in there and see like two things on the menu.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, because I've never been to a burger place like that. Like the closest burger place I've been to like that's probably Five Guys.
Yeah. Yep.
But even Five Guys has like hot dogs and grilled cheese and like milkshakes and stuff, and they're just
Right.
like you get a cheeseburger, fries, milkshake, and a drink. That's all you got.
Yeah, it's great. It's classic. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
know.
mean, so if you ever get to California, I mean, it's sometimes there's that you've probably heard a little bit the Whataburgers people and the In-N-Out people battle a little bit now. In-N-Out spreading out, and Arizona actually has both. But yeah, I'm a Southern Californian, so In-N-Out's my jam. But I always
Yeah,
I always like to get to food, man, because food's fun.
I haven't gotten the Whataburger yet. That's kind of the next on my list of burger places to try. But I've also been told that you have to try it in Texas first. So
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, the thing
so
In-N-Out's
I,
the same everywhere. Yeah.
yeah, I've heard that like Whataburger in Texas is different than every other Whataburger in the country. So
Yeah. Well, we'll see. You'll find
yeah,
out.
wow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
gotta I gotta get to somewhere in Texas first.
yeah, that's true, huh? I mean, oh man. I guess if you get in double A or triple A, then you'd visit Texas because Round Rock is a triple A, right? I think they're in that league with OKC, and because my son's out there, he lives in that area. There's plenty of Whataburgers out there. There's also a lot of good barbecue, man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's going to be really interesting. Where you end up. I'm very curious. I doubt we get you in Rancho, but you never know. Yeah, that's and I'm sure it's starting to filter because what you guys start breaking camp. Whoa, next week and a half or couple weeks now.
Yeah, I think well because AAA guys their season starts March 31st. So I think they break camp at the end of next week, to be honest. Like maybe
Okay.
next Saturday, like 25th, 26th area.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wow.
and then I know they break camp. Like I said, this is my first spring training, so I'm learning a lot as I go along.
Yeah.
But from what I've been told is that they'll kind of break camp like before everyone, and then everyone else kind of sticks around for a little bit longer until because the Double A and A ball get stuff doesn't start till a little bit later.
Right. And then one of the things that, and you never know, maybe you might get on this train if you're not on the AAA train is, when they go for the freeway series, they bring along a lot of minor leaguers. And so you never know, you might get on that train. It's
Yes,
pretty cool.
that'd be cool for sure.
Yeah. Then you get to go to California. And it would be, so I hope you get to get that one. That's a really cool experience, for guys. I know that, that's yeah, a lot of guys do that. And in fact, last year the WBC Colombian pitcher Guillermo Zuniga, he got that opportunity last year, and I got to hang out with him. He's the guy that played with the Quakes, and yeah, that was cool. Just wish the Dodgers would have kept him, but can only how many can't keep them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you got the season coming up. Just what are you looking forward to? I mean, I guess you don't even know where you're going yet, but what are some of the things you're kind of in your head as you get ready for this?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of excited to get going with the season. Just grinding out the rest of spring training here, trying to stay healthy, trying to, when I get my opportunities to throwing well, doing all the things that I've been working so hard to do to get here. And, I'm just looking forward to, wherever I get sent, and then just going out and living it up and performing. So, I think no matter where they send me, it's going to be an experience because it's going to be completely different than what I've seen in indie ball for 2 years.
Yeah.
So I'm just really excited to kind of, whatever path they put me on, I'm gonna go that way and live it up to the best of my ability and kind of see what goes from there.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. I think it's, you're getting that chance to live the dream a lot of us, dreamt about. And I'm sure it's one of those things where you're hopefully feeling that, the hard work is really paying off, and that it's getting recognized, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I do subscribe to that, so I could watch MILB games along with the Dodger games, but it'll be fun to watch you. You have any last things for our crowd out here? Hopefully we have a lot of people watching later.
Um, nah, I mean, not really. Just excited to be a Dodger, excited to get the career rolling with the Dodgers, and we've had everything that I've experienced so far. We have great fans, including you, who's going out of their way to do stuff like this and get pictures for us. And as I told you, every picture you've sent to me, I've sent directly to my family, and they are
Excellent.
all ecstatic about that because obviously them being in PA, they don't really get the chance to come see me down here.
Yeah.
So it's just been great to have, you know, guys like you that are doing everything they can to get us out there and to get our families connected. And then just like with the fans that I've experienced with at the camp games and stuff, it's just been great. And, I'm looking forward to seeing packed stadiums and, getting the ball rolling and seeing what we can do.
Yeah, I can't wait. Do you have any idea when your next appearance will be on the ball fields? If there's, so people can actually go out and watch you?
Tentatively, I think tomorrow,
Oh,
but I'm not
okay.
100% sure about that. It's right now they because we got we had a rain on
Yeah.
Wednesday, was it?
Yep.
On Wednesday, so it kind of canceled the games and it kind of threw all the reliever outings in whack. So
Okay.
I'm thinking if they stick to the same schedule that they've had me on tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, then probably for sure Monday.
Okay. Well, cool. We do have a guy out there. His name's Trinidad. I'm gonna if he sees you tomorrow, we'll make sure he goes up and says hi. Um, he sometimes is partners with me on this. He also, so one of the things that we have on our staff, the highly paid staff of paid for by Joy and Experience, is I have two guys that actually are Spanish speakers, native, or they translate, so I can reach out to more of the Latin guys, and they've been great. I mean, you're experiencing that, how great a lot of those guys are and stuff. So yeah, Trinidad's one of my translators, and he'll do interviews just purely in Spanish, and so we don't get to understand what he says, but it's kind of cool. So, well, cool, man. I really, really appreciate you coming on here. We'll be putting some stuff together, and um, trying to tell your story. I think your story is a fun story and an exciting story, and it's one of those never give up, folks. Just keep pushing until they rip that uniform off you, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. Well, folks, that is Jake Pilarski. And thank you for joining us today. And we will see you at a stadium somewhere this year. All right. So take care and thank
Sounds.
you.
Thank you, man.